I suppose that court packing, like justice itself, lies in the eye of the beholder. But there are many different kinds of court packing. Here's one. When Justice Scalia died in February of 2016, when Barack Obama was president, Senator Mitch McConnell announced 10 and a half months before the presidential election that the Senate would not be considering any replacement. The Judiciary Committee would not have any hearing, there'd be no vote in committee, and there'd be no vote on the floor. When people asked why, that makes no sense to hold the Supreme Court seat open, to hold that vacancy open for nearly a year, he said it was too close to the next presidential election and the people should decide. Of course, the people had decided in electing Barack Obama to one of those genuine, bona fide 4-year terms in office, like every other president. Well, we've got a controlled experiment about what would happen, because that was held open. Merrick Garland was nominated by Barack Obama and was left twisting in the wind for nearly 11 months after the death of Justice Scalia. Then, Trump, when he got in, was able to nominate Neil Gorsuch to the seat in his first week in office, and that seat was open for 422 days. And Mitch McConnell bragged about it, calling it the most consequential decision of his entire public career. And of course, it cemented the rapid movement of the Supreme Court to the right, to incarnate the MAGA agenda on the Supreme Court. Well, look, here's what happened when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. Now, she died on September 18th, 2020. So close to the next election, which was less than 2 months away, that early voting had started in a lot of the states. So it wasn't even 2 months away. And then the Democrats asked Mitch McConnell, some reporters asked Mitch McConnell, well, of course, you're not going to have hearings or a vote or anything in the next few weeks, are you? And he laughed it off. He laughed off the suggestion that they would maintain the same rule that they had used to block Merrick Garland and President Obama from having a seat. And then they rammed through the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett within 2 months, consolidating the right-wing anti-choice, anti-environmental regulation, anti-labor, anti-voting rights, anti-democracy majority on the Supreme Court. Had the original McConnell rule been applied, or even a reasonable approach taken with just a few weeks before the election, that Supreme Court seat would have been filled by President Biden, not by Donald Trump. Biden won that election, by the way, by more than 7 million votes. If you're interested in what the people want, 306 to 232 in the Electoral College. I know some people came down to overthrow the election, attack our police officers in order to accomplish a political coup to deny that, but that's what happened. So, right there, we've got 2 seats officially stolen by Mitch McConnell and the Republican Senate, giving them a 6-3 mega court with a majority of the court now made up of nominees of presidents who lost the popular vote. Lost the popular vote. Roberts and Alito, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, all nominated to the court by by presidents who lost the popular vote.